I am primarily a guitar and bass teacher, and I find myself with a lot of students right now who are joining their first bands ever, or they're joining a worship team for the first time, or they are just gig curious. So today I've collected all of the advice that I've been giving everybody, and I've created the 25 easy wins for a gigging musician. There's a lot we have to do to prepare for a gig that's really difficult, and I'm talking about the things that involve learning your actual instrument and playing it well. But these 25 easy wins are things that go beyond merely playing your instrument. Being musical, being prepared, being professional, being a team player, and being just a regular good human being.
Time to be musical, yeah!
Play in time and in tune. Notice I didn't say play the right part, because being in time and in tune is actually the important thing. A wrong note in time is jazz, baby, but a wrong note out of time is unemployment. Control your volume. Too loud, everyone hates you. Too quiet, no one even knows you're there. Be Goldilocks, but instead of porridge, it's provocative mid-range. Rehearse the endings to your set list. Some songs have natural hard stops, and some fade out in the recording. And you can't fade out live, so you have to make a decision. How does this song end? Nothing screams amateur hour louder than watching 5 musicians argue mid-fade out while the song just kind of follow the music director. Now, if you don't have a music director, whatever, but most professional productions and churches are going to have a music director. If there's some kind of free flow moment or improvisational need, they'll have a talkback mic to talk to you in your in-ear mix. So make sure that you have them nice and loud because they are your Sherpa. They're not bossing you around. They're saving your life. They're like a lighthouse in the storm of musical cacophony. Eyes up, sailor. Play for the room, not your ego. I'm not sure if your 12-second tapping solo has a place at this particular wedding gig, Jethro, but you do look really cool. Please stop it.
Gonna be so prepared.
Know your gear inside and out. You should be able to critically analyze and troubleshoot any drama that happens with your rig. Bring backups. If you don't have spare strings, picks, cables, batteries, congratulations, you have chosen stress as your main instrument. Know how to dial in your in-ear mix. Don't hold up rehearsal by saying, "Can I get a little more of me?" 5 times. Okay, this isn't therapy. Dial in a quick, functional mix that covers your 4 main food groups: rhythm, harmony, leadership cues, and cohesion. You're not mixing for a Grammy here. Learn the full set list structure. And I'm talking about parts that aren't yours specifically. Let's say your keyboardist gets sick or quits the band in a rage-fueled bout of egomania. He's got a very important key break in the middle of song 2 that has a key change before the bridge. And if you don't know how to do that key change, the bridge is going to collapse and you are going to be on it. Silence your freaking phone. Nobody wants to jam out to your iPhone xylophone ringtone in the middle of the ballad.
Be professional. Be professional.
Show up early, not just on time. Because if you're on time, you're late. But if you show up early, you're on time and prepared. My physics teacher in high school taught me that. Shout out Mr. Pikert. Know when to shut up. Odds are, if you made it to sound check, your audition is over. Congratulations, you're in the band. So please quit noodling around while other people are doing their line checks, okay? This is especially true for drummers because you guys are so freaking loud. Please find a quieter way to warm up. Don't touch other people's gear. Ever. Not even to help. That's how wars start. Communicate clearly and briefly. Nobody needs your 3-minute TED Talk on pedal order during rehearsal. Unless you're on downtime, just being buddies. But if you're on the clock, working on the actual set, stay on topic, say what you mean, and then mute yourself, okay? Mute yourself. Mute. Know when to take initiative and when to stay in your lane. If no one's leading, lead. But if someone is leading, follow. If you think you're leading, but no one else agrees, you are the problem.
There's no I in team.
Help the team, not just yourself. Hey, you've wrapped up all your cables and put them in your backpack? Good for you, guitarist. You literally brought a guitar and a Helix to the gig. Like, your rig is done. Meanwhile, the drummer is taking down drum hardware and packing cymbals and throwing sticks into a bag and loading shells into cases and rolling up his carpet and all the different things. Maybe walk over and say, "Hey, can I help with anything? Keyboardist, that looks really heavy. Do you need a second pair of hands?" Asking before you touch the gear, for sure. but also offering to help. No wars started, and you're gonna get the gig again. Clean up your area. If your stage space looks like a frat party at Radio Shack, that's pretty much it, actually. Just don't do that. Just don't do that. You either want to be the guy that the audio, video, and technical crew thanks for being so professional, or that they don't notice at all because you're so not a problem. The IT department of the stage is your technical crew, and the IT department always gets yelled at by everybody for their problems, right? So if you're the guy who's spilling a big gulp on the power strip in the stage pocket, they're probably going to prefer that your bloodline ends with you. Thank the crew and the sound team. Kind of on brand with the last one. These guys control whether or not you sound like a rock god or a kazoo in a hurricane. So make sure you're on good terms with the people who are supporting the music. Your sound guy is the last representation of the band, and they're the first representative of the audience. They are the funnel through which the sand of the hourglass of art hits the bottom. I am on fire today. That is so musical and beautiful. I'm literally crying. Respect the gig's purpose. If you're playing a bar gig, smile and connect with the audience. If you're playing a wedding gig, smile and don't hit on the bridesmaids. Keep your space tidy when you leave. I promise you, the venue will notice when you leave the stage looking nicer than it was when you showed up. They'll be like, wow, this guy wrapped the XLR cables and put the Velcro back around them and stored them neatly in the corner where they go. The guy we had in last night didn't even turn off the light, let alone wrap cables. We gotta have this guy in more often and pay him better and give him land and concubines.
Please be a good human. Yeah.
Be easy to work with. You gotta roll with those punches, okay? The mix might not be perfect. The bassist might screw up. It's okay. You know what? You gotta find your zen. You gotta be flexible. No one's gonna remember who played what perfectly and who made what mistakes. But they are going to remember who complained constantly, who was unhelpful, who was sarcastic, who called out the faults of the technical team from the stage in front of the audience during the show. I saw this happen at a show once. It was horrifying. The front man was cussing out the front of house guy, like, what the bleep is going on? Because the mix was kind of bad, right? And the front of house engineer was like this middle-aged lady. This was like a college event that I went to kind of recently. And like, you could tell she wasn't like super comfortable on the system. And they were playing through like Bose Tower sound systems. Like these weren't like a real professional speaker array system or something like that. And so, like, don't expect the gig to be something that it's not. This band drove down from another town to play this thing, and she's trying her best, okay? She doesn't know how to work the gear. So it's like, meet your team, understand kind of the vibe of the show. You took the gig. It's not her fault that you took a gig and it ended up being more amateur than what you're expecting, okay? Don't blame the venue when you take an unprofessional gig. Like, read the room, bro. The idea is basically, be positive, radiate energy that you want radiated back at you. Smell good. Deodorant. Breath mints. The only person who should be enjoying your morning coffee is the one who drank it. Use good posture and presence. If you look bored and uncomfortable, the audience will be bored and uncomfortable. So pretend that you're getting paid or that you're happy to be there. Hopefully one of those two things is true. Smile while you play. Even if you're playing a metal show, like, I'm sure there's countless hours of time you've spent working your way to get to that stage. Be happy that you're here playing the show for these people. They are here to enjoy your art. You should smile and invite them into your joy and your riffage. Look at the audience occasionally. They're the ones clapping, not your fretboard. Give them the time of day. Make some eye contact. Or at least pretend to make eye contact by looking over someone's head and be like, not like that. That was really weird. There's probably other stuff I should have put on this list too, but I wanted 25 points. And remember, these are the easy wins, okay? Smile while you play, like be easy to work with, low barrier to entry, right? If you follow this list, you will improve your gig retention, you'll improve band morale, and you'll probably increase your success at this whole thing that we love doing in the art world. So I don't care how many degrees from Berkeley you have. If you're not a good hang, I'm not hiring you for the gig. But if you're like, 90% ability level, like you've got the technical there, even if you're not the best of the best of the best, with an amazing, infectious personality, I want you in my band. You know what I mean? I will sacrifice a little bit of the technical to have all of those positives that I just mentioned in this list. So keep these things in mind and let me know if you have any questions about my teaching or my mixing and mastering or any of the music stuff I do. You can reach me on Instagram at Plant-Based Riffs or on my website at plantbasedriffs.com. Let me know if I left off anything here that you would have wanted to see on this list. I would love to make the comments section just like a treasure trove of helpful tips for new gigging musicians or old timers who are kind of stuck in a rut in their own ways, and maybe they don't realize that they're big timing everyone and they're being just a huge dingus. So have an amazing week, and we'll see you guys later on. Peace.